They called him the greatest warrior who ever lived, an immortal hero of the Trojan War, a name carved into legend. But legends lie. Behind the songs and statues stood a man far more terrifying than the myth. Achilles was born of a goddess and a king, destined for glory and an early death. His mother dipped him into the river Styx, granting invincibility, all except for the heel she held him by. From childhood, he was trained not only to fight, but to dominate. Strength, speed, precision, and most of all, fear. By the time he became a man, Achilles was already feared across Greece. When the Trojan War began, he sailed with 50 ships of myrmidons, not soldiers, weapons. For 9 years, he left nothing but death behind him. Cities burned, villages vanished. Survivors learned that surrender meant nothing. The city of Lyrnessus believed its walls would protect it. They were wrong. Achilles stormed the streets, hunted the king and his brothers, and executed them publicly to break all resistance. The elderly were slaughtered in their homes. The helpless were shown no mercy. Women and children were taken as slaves. Briseis, the king's widow, was claimed as a prize, forced to serve the man who destroyed her world. Lyrnessus burned to ash and was never rebuilt. This was not rage, this was policy. Then came Troilus, a young Trojan prince bound by prophecy. They said Troy would never fall if he lived to adulthood. Achilles chose certainty over honor. He hunted the unarmed boy, chased him to sacred ground, dragged him from the altar, and killed him with deliberate cruelty. Blood-stained holy stone. The gods took notice. Still, Achilles felt no remorse, until Patroclus died. Patroclus was more than a companion. He was Achilles' heart. When Patroclus fell to Hector's spear, something inside Achilles broke. He screamed in grief, covered himself in ash, and begged for death. But first, revenge. Knowing it would seal his own fate, Achilles returned to battle in divine armor. What followed was not war, it was extermination. He slaughtered Trojans without mercy. Those who fled were hunted. Those who begged were killed. He drove them into the river, turning water into a grave. So many bodies piled up that the river could no longer flow. Blood choked the current. Nature itself rose in fury. Even the river god tried to drown him. But Achilles did not stop. He captured 12 young Trojan princes alive. Not for ransom, not for mercy, for sacrifice. At Patroclus' funeral, Achilles cut their throats one by one. Human sacrifice, an act even Greeks considered monstrous. The army watched in silence. No one dared stop him. Then came Hector. Achilles did not seek a fair fight. He hunted him, chased him around Troy's walls as the city watched in horror. When Hector begged for burial rites, Achilles refused. The spear pierced Hector's throat, leaving him alive just long enough to hear his fate. His body was dragged through dust and blood. Troy was forced to watch its greatest defender. Desecrated Achilles won, but he lost everything that made him human. In the end, an arrow found his heel. Prophecy was fulfilled. The hero fell, and history remembered not a savior, but a warning that glory can hide cruelty, that grief can turn men into monsters, and that the greatest warriors are often the most dangerous humans of all.